The team, representative of all sections of the United States, was chosen on the basis of scholarship, citizenship, and leadership qualities, and baseball ability. Typical of the hometown send-offs was that held for Dick Monty of Billings, Montana, who was leaving for the airport with his mother and father. Dick has played American Legion baseball for 3 years as a pitcher and an outfielder. In 1956, he helped his team, Yellowstone Post Number 4, to the state championship with a 14-1 pitching record and a .350 batting average. At the airport, Legion officials give him an enthusiastic send-off. On September 21st, 1956, the entire team assembled in Miami, Florida, to begin 5 days of training in Major League surroundings. The team, nicknamed the Ambassadors, consisted of Frederick P. Walker, Dover, New Hampshire; Wallace Palmer, Portland, Maine; Walter Spence Engel from Tucson, Arizona; Merlin Nippert from Mangum, Oklahoma; William Roman, Detroit, Michigan; Frank Carpin, Richmond, Virginia; Ronald Dean Peterson, Morris, Illinois; Ronnie Spillers, Spencer, Louisiana; Jan Peter Dawson, Buell, Minnesota; June Wayne Raines, Whitmire, South Carolina; Major Frank Davis, Miami, Florida; George Wilhelm Jr., Vinland, New Jersey; Earl Powell Kennedy, Powell, Tennessee; William George Strait, Concordia, Kansas. The coaches, Peter Palumbo, Maplewood, Missouri; Gilbert Archuleta, Albuquerque, New Mexico. 2 more players not shown here were Richard Allen Monty from Billings, Montana, and Jerry Berg, Scappoose, Oregon. Our ambassador's itinerary called for visits to 6 countries: El Salvador, the Republic of Panama, Colombia, Venezuela, Puerto Rico, and Cuba. Departure day was September 26th from Miami International Airport. As you can see, it didn't take the ambassadors very long to charm their first friend. Au revoir and good luck as the team boards the Pan American Clipper. When the Clipper was airborne, Lou Brissy read a telegram from the President. To the young men on the American Legion baseball team and their coaches, as they begin their goodwill tour of South America, I send greetings. As representatives of the American people, I know you will enjoy the hospitality of the countries you visit, and you will exhibit the highest standards of American sportsmanship, both on and off the playing field. In so doing, you will serve your country well in the cause of international peace and understanding. Congratulations and best wishes for a great adventure. Dwight D. Eisenhower. First stop was San Salvador in the Republic of El Salvador, one of the great coffee-producing countries of the world. On September 27th, our ambassadors traveled to Santa Ana in El Salvador to play the first international game in American Legion Junior baseball history. The tour started with a victory for the ambassadors. All is not work. The boys swim and frolic at El Salvador's Cerro Verde National Park in the shadow of the 6,000-foot Izalco volcano. The fire from Izalco, often called the lighthouse of the Pacific, serves as a beacon for navigators as far away as 25 miles. Back to work, and no trouble cementing friendship here. The San Salvador school authorities declared a holiday so that their youngsters could watch our ambassadors. The pleasant tour of El Salvador ends. Many newly made friends wish our ambassadors farewell as they board the Pan American clipper for the Republic of Panama. Professor J. Farrah Gamboa of the Department of Education officially welcomes the team to the Republic of Panama. Friendly Panamanians then form a motorcade and unofficially welcome the team to Panama City. Our ambassadors were invited to the presidential palace, the Palace of the Herons. At the palace, Commissioner Brissy presents an autographed baseball to Mr. Ernesto de la Guardia, Jr., newly inaugurated president of the Republic of Panama and a graduate of Dartmouth College in New Hampshire. Panama not only has interesting people, but also an interesting history in the old Spanish Empire. This is Old Panama City, one of the great trading centers of the 17th century. It was reduced to ruins in 1671 by the English pirate Henry Morgan. From the old to the new, a very modern Panamanian school. Coach Pete Palumbo, a school teacher from Maplewood, Missouri, discusses mutual problems with a Panamanian school teacher. Located within the confines of the Republic of Panama is the Panama Canal, one of the world's great economic lifelines. It was first started by Ferdinand de Lesseps, the builder of the Suez Canal. He had to abandon the project mainly because of the high incidence of tropical diseases and the magnitude of the job. Later, the United States undertook the project, licked the disease problems, and finished the canal officially in 1920 at a cost of about $530 million. A pleasant afternoon's diversion was the trip to Fort Davis in the Canal Zone. Here, the boys were amused by a peccary, a small cousin of the American pig. From Atlantic to Pacific Oceans in 55 minutes. The team set a world record crossing the Isthmus of Panama in a gasoline-driven trolley, the Panamanian Hot Rod, which was placed at the disposal of the team by the governor of the Canal Zone, General W.C. Potter. Fort San Lorenzo, the oldest fort under the United States flag. Colonel Leroy Glodell, an expert on the archaeological diggings, personally escorted our ambassadors. An extra special treat was the surprise luncheon the U.S. Army held for our ambassadors in a dungeon at the fort. This is only the second time a luncheon has been held here. The other time it was also for ambassadors, those accredited to the Republic of Panama. From Panama, the team went to Colombia. At the first stop, Barranquilla, they learned that a tropical storm can be mighty wet. The next stop was Cartagena, one of the most picturesque cities in the Americas. It was founded in 1533 and soon ranked, after Mexico City, as the most important city in the New World. Despite its defenses, which consisted of 29 forts, it was attacked and captured by the French, by Francis Drake, and later by Simon Bolivar in 1815. High in the background is La Popa, which served as a lookout station for pirates, and later as a convent. These boys are ambassadors, but the ambassadors are also boys. They know how to enjoy the swimming pool at the Hotel del Caribe in Cartagena. The birds are beautiful in their most radiant colors. But it's the antics of the monkey that steals the show. Colombian officials, in a fine gesture of friendship, honor our ambassadors. Our ambassadors, in turn, pin medals on their local opponents, an all-star team from the Colombian state of Atlantico. A new city is evolving from the old, as great new buildings rise in Caracas, the birthplace of Simon Bolivar, great Venezuelan statesman and soldier who sparked the flame of liberty in Latin America. A tribute to two of the greatest Americans and a gesture of friendship from the people of two great American nations. Our ambassadors honor Simon Bolivar. The friends of our ambassadors honor George Washington. As an extra gesture of friendship, our Venezuelan friends invited our ambassadors to be among the first to ride the funicular to the incomplete Hotel Pico del Avila, 4,000 feet above the city of Caracas. At the top of their ascent, the ambassadors were still 3,000 feet from the peak of Mount Avila. Mount Avila is the highest mountain of the landward chain around Caracas, and from it, our ambassadors have a scenic view of the city. Leaving South America, the ambassadors next journeyed to San Juan, Puerto Rico. At San Juan, American Legion officials from the Department of Puerto Rico enthusiastically welcomed the team. First stop in Puerto Rico was the Department of State, where the ambassadors presented their credentials. Our ambassadors, all college-bound, visit the beautiful University of Puerto Rico. The photographer has an eye for another type of beauty. One of the high points of the tour was a picnic arranged for the team by the Puerto Rican government at beautiful Luquilla Beach. One slip here would mean a job for the team physician. En route to Havana, the team stopped at Ciudad Trujillo in the Dominican Republic. This city, as Santo Domingo, was the first permanent white settlement in the New World. It was founded by the brother of Christopher Columbus. Our ambassadors bought out the local supply of hats, which they labeled 100-gallon jobs. As the team makes its last stop in Havana, Cuba, it is greeted by American Legion Post No. 1 members. Outside the municipal hospital in Havana, Dr. Serasi, team surgeon, meets Mr. Perez, a Cuban baseball official, and Dr. Masao, grandson of the liberator of Cuba. High point of the whole Cuban tour was a fine luncheon arranged by American Legion Post No. 1 in honor of our ambassadors. Each boy was given an alligator wallet as a memento of the tour. A light-hearted but heavily laden group of boys board the Pan American Clipper for the return to Miami and home. Tired? Of course, from lugging all those souvenirs.
That was the tour. The boys enjoyed every minute of it thoroughly. In 19 games against local teams, the ambassadors won 10 and lost 9. More important, however, were the commendations from every country, the State Department, and the friendship displayed by our South American neighbors. This tour convinced us, in baseball terms, that the tour was definitely a home run.